Okay, after the class was over, we realized there were a few things that we wanted to go over that we did not have time to in class. So I'm just going to send you a video just to show you these things. If anybody would like the PowerPoint presentation so that they can look at that as well and put that in their binder, print it off, put it in their binder, send me an email and I'll be happy to do that as well. So here we go. The first we're going to go over is umpire to umpire signals. Umpire to umpire signals are going to be used between pitches so that we can make sure we know what kind of situation we're in. They're always going to be initiated by the plate umpire. We don't want to have the base umpire out there giving signals when the plate umpire is not ready. The plate umpire is going to give the signal as he or she steps in behind the catcher. The base umpire will then mimic the signal, showing that they understand the situation. If your partner does not signal, feel free to try to signal, but don't do it. Put on a big presentation to try to make them understand what's going on. If you understand the situation, that's great. Try to get your partner to make sure that they understand the situation, but don't be out there putting on a show for everybody. So the first time that we'll use it is when we're putting on an infield fly. All we're letting our partner know is that if we have a pop-up that can be caught by an infielder with ordinary effort, that we're going to have an infield fly. So anytime we have runners on first and second or bases loaded, and there are less than 2 outs, we're going to just signal to our partner what the infield, that we could have a possible infield fly. Both umpires will put their hand on their chest to let each other know that the infield fly is possible. Plain and simple as that. I'm just going to look at my partner from the plate, put my hand on my chest, my partner will mimic the same signal, and then we'll both know. When we're taking it off, when we no longer have the infield fly on, perhaps there was a steal, perhaps there was a hit and the situation's changed, perhaps there's 2 outs. We're going to take it off. And all we're going to do to take it off is we're going to indicate that we don't have that opportunity by sliding our right hand on our left arm from the elbow to the wrist on the forearm. That lets both of us know that we no longer have an infield fly. Sometimes this will be particularly beneficial because one person will think it's off and the other will signal, oh no, it's still on, or vice versa. And then we're going to make sure that we both understand the situation. Second example would be a time play. We put a time play on whenever we have a situation with 2 outs and a runner on. All we're letting our partner know is 2 things. First of all, that there's 2 outs. Second of all, we're letting our partner know that if we have a tag play, as the base umpire, I'm going to give a nice loud out call and try to do it a little quicker so that my partner knows whether the run should score or not. If the tag was applied before the runner crossed home plate, if we do have a time play. To put a time play on, again, we're going to put it on as the plate umpire will put it on as he or she is stepping behind the catcher. And all they're going to do is put 2 fingers on their wrist like they're pointing to their watch. That's all. Just reminding each other that we have a time play. Next, we'll talk about a catch and no catch. And especially as a base umpire, I can help out my plate umpire by letting them know if I saw a catch or if I did not have a catch. This might happen on a line drive in the infield. It can also happen on a drop third strike. It's going to be the plate umpire's call, but I may have a better angle as the base umpire. I'm not going to yell it out because we don't want to take a situation of having a double call. But what I'll do is I'll just point to the ground with my arm straight at my side, or at a 90-degree angle, I'll put out a fist. If I put out the fist at a 90-degree angle, that's letting my plate umpire know that I believe there's a catch. If I don't believe there's a catch, I'm going to put my point to the ground, letting my plate umpire know that I saw the ball hit the ground. Remember that this is a courtesy This is not, you are not making the call. The plate umpire is making the call. We showed the one video of an umpire overruling another umpire early on in the course. Do not draw attention to yourself. If you are convinced and you point to the ground and the plate umpire calls a catch, just put your hands at your side. Don't keep your finger pointed down because that's only going to create problems. Next, we'll talk about walking runners back to the bases. And this is between pitches. When there's no play, we still have to be ready as if there could be a play. So we're going to walk runners back to the bases, make sure that they get back to where we're hoping they are and where they're going to end up so that if somebody does try a pickoff play, we're ready. And we're also going to put ourselves in motion. In order to walk runners back to the bases, we're going to have runners. So it's going to be from the B or C position. From the B position, we're going to move towards first base with the runner as she goes back. From the C position, we're going to move towards the base occupied, if one is not. If both are occupied, hold your ground in case there's a play, but make sure you stay focused. And I'm going to show you two examples of that. First example, this is from the B position. Notice the base umpire is just walking the runner back. Then once the ball gets back into the circle and we don't have an opportunity for a play, he's going to walk back into the B position. Same thing here. Here the runner's in the C position. And you'll notice we have a possible pickoff. Base umpire's walking the runner back. There you didn't see it, but you're going to see it on the next pitch. Notice he's just walking the runner back so that he can make sure that if there's a pickoff, he's in better position for that pickoff. The final thing I want to talk about is releasing each other. We release each other so that we don't miss a possible play. We have eyes in the field all times, especially for things like the look back rule. If a play should occur, it's mostly going to be for the look back rule, but there are other things that could happen. The plate and base umpire are going to share eye contact, and then we'll release each other. What's going to happen is as you make eye contact, the base umpire is going to go to his or her position first at a jog. As they are moving, the plate umpire is going to keep eyes in the field and walk toward his or her position. Once the base umpire reaches his or her position, the plate umpire will hustle back to his or her position, keeping eyes as well as possible on the field. And I don't have a lot of good videos of umpires actually releasing each other at the conclusion of play, but you'll be able to see the general idea right here. We're not going to make a big deal out of it. We're just going to show that they are going to release each other. Notice we have walking back to first again. Notice about a step and a reach behind the fielder. Ball gets past the first baseman. Base umpire is able to get inside. Watch the play at second. Now the ball gets in the circle. He looks at his partner, sees that they have eye contact, the partner has everything, and now he's going to release over to the C position for the next play. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know.